My name's Matteo. I've gained 17 plus kgs of muscle naturally, and I also now specialize in helping skinny guys transform. If there's three things I could tell my skinnier self right now if he was starting his fitness journey tomorrow morning, this is what I would tell him. Number one, your capacity to transform from going from skinny to muscular, gaining 5, 10 kgs, finally feeling confident and comfortable in your own skin, is going to come down to focus. When I say focused, I mean focused on one approach, one nutrition, one training approach. You see so many guys I've been there before, jumping from new program, new diets every couple weeks and hoping they find the magic bullet. I was exactly like that too. I was trying to find this magic source that would help me transform faster. Now, the secret is principles stay the same. Like you have to be in a calorie surplus, you have to be providing your body a reason to grow in the gym, progressive overload, but it's like have one approach. Choose your splits. Maybe that's push pull legs, maybe that's training 5 times per week. Whatever that is for you, maybe that's whole foods based diet. Instead of jumping ship thinking this new training program, this push pull legs or this full body split is incredible, stick with one thing and focus for at least 6 months, because you can only see the results when you focus and stick with one thing. If you're constantly jumping to a new program, you don't give enough time for that exact method to work out. And the truth is that full body sessions, training 5 times per week, 3 times per week, all of these can work. Like there's so many ways you can transform out there, given they're following proven principles, progressive overload, calorie surplus, not jumping ship, sticking with it until you see results, like tracking your numbers and adjusting as you go. But if you're constantly looking, and this used to be me, for that bulletproof strategy, for that perfect split, you never let your strategy enough time to really produce results. I personally train 3 times per week because that's what I enjoy. That's what I can maintain long term. Because if you start a new routine with new exercises, you get the form right, you start getting stronger, and then you're already jumping to another program, you will always take one step forward, one step back. What you want to make sure is that your program is getting you stronger in a gym, allowing you to be in a consistent calorie surplus, and making sure you're getting enough protein. The method in and of itself, that is really up to you. My system personally is designed on minimal time. That means I don't want to be living in a gym. I want to be able to enjoy my life as well. The only way you can see if a method is actually working is through tracking. Visual results are always the last to come. And if you're focusing on visual results only, you'll always get demotivated. If I focused throughout my journey only on visual results, I would have gotten demotivated. It's 100% guaranteed, because those visual results, you're seeing yourself every single day in the mirror. It's like you're not going to be seeing a lot of progress from week to week. And that is just normal. So you have to have other ways of measuring your progress, tracking your numbers in the gym, tracking your daily weight, making sure it's slowly but surely going up. All these things allow you to measure progress and make sure you're on the right track. This is super important. Guys will be making progress, but they don't track it, so they don't even know they're making progress, but they're not seeing visual results. It leads them to quit and jump to another strategy way too early. Track those results, stay with one thing long enough to see those results come to fruition. And I'll be honest, I do the same boring exercises, the same boring nutrition approach. I've been doing that for years. I go to the gym 3 times per week. On my week, I have maybe 6 lifts that I focus on, compound lifts that allow me to push the needle forward. So I've got weighted pull-ups, incline bench, overhead presses, simple exercises. I do them consistently, and I just focus on adding 250 grams per week with my simple progression model. I do nothing else. I track my calories. Obviously, I do it loosely at this point because I've been doing it for so long. I'm not attached to my fitness pal, but with time and experience and focus, you can get to this point where you're fully relaxed with your diet and you can still make progress. But I had to go through that initial period of laser-like focus when it comes to my tracking, when it comes to sticking with one approach, tracking my progression in the gym and pushing for PRs to get to this point. Don't quit on the method after only 3 weeks. Go deeper, track those numbers, see what's wrong, see what you have to iterate, and find a solution and move forward. The second thing I would tell myself is to zoom out. This is a long-term game. I don't know about you, but I want to be in incredible shape for the next 10, 20, 30 plus years of my life. And that only comes down through having a sustainable approach when it comes to my nutrition or training. The simple question you want to ask yourself is, could I do this? Could I maintain my current routine for the rest of my life, whether that's eating or training? If the answer is no, you will not. You might get in shape through brute force, but you'll never maintain that level of physique. So you really have to be thinking long term from the start and finding an approach that you can truly commit to long term. For me, that's training 3 times per week. I generally have 3 meals and maybe 1 snack per day, and my calories fit in those meals. It's effortless. It allows me to hit my daily calories, my protein, based on if I'm cutting or maintaining or lean bulking. And that's it. I could maintain this effortlessly. And when it comes to my tracking, I've been doing this for so long that I have a very good understanding of what's in which foods, which allows me to go out to the restaurant, travel, all while hitting my fitness goals. But at first, you have to be going through that phase of doing the uncomfortable work, tracking your food, tracking your daily weight consistently. That way, you know what's in which foods. You can make better decisions over time. You can travel, you can eat out, you can go to social events, all while getting closer to your fitness goals. But having a sustainable, long term approach is truly the key to fitness. You don't want to be in great shape. You don't want to build muscle. You don't want to have that confidence only for like 2 weeks for a summer holiday. You want to be able to gain those 5 to 10 kgs of muscle, have your shirts fit effortlessly. But that only happens if you have a long term approach and you're not in a rush. You're not trying to build the 5 kgs in 2 weeks. Take the time, go there gradually, take the 6 months, take the 1 year to do it correctly. You'll be so happy you did it. When you combine proven principles, progressive overload, having a system to hit that calorie surplus, it makes hitting your goal pretty much guaranteed. It's just a question of time. I've been coaching skinny guys for over a year now, full time, and I see that guys that are in a rush always go for the unsustainable route. They always go for the what's the best supplements, what's the best training program, what's the magic food. That is very short-sighted because that's focusing on the tips and tricks instead of focusing on long-term habits that they're gonna last for years to come. I tell this to my clients, like when you're not in a rush, you actually progress faster because you do things correctly, because you set up the habits that are gonna last 5 years, 10 years, 20 plus years, get you to your goal, but also maintain it long term, which is the goal. With that being said, if you're in your late 20s or early 30s and you're tired of feeling stuck in the same skinny body you've been in for years, I help skinny guys gain 5 to 10 kgs of muscle and feel 100% comfortable in their own skin. There's a free training down below that shows you the exact system we use. And the third thing I'd say is your transformation goes way beyond the muscle. Like this goes way beyond gaining 5 to 10 kgs. In order to do that, you have to become a new person when it comes to your discipline, your resilience, your organization, your capacity to follow through on your promises. You are going to be required to become a new version of yourself. But it's only through doing the boring work, especially in the early stages, that you're going to rewire your self-image. The reason it's always very difficult at first when it comes to your fitness journey is because you're going against your current conditioning. You're going against your current habits, your current way of being. That initial period is the make or break it for so many people because it is very uncomfortable at first. The training doesn't feel natural. The eating feels forced. But you have to go through that initial breakthrough, whether that's a couple weeks, 2 months, 3 months. After it becomes a lot easier because it becomes part of your identity. All of those habits, all of those confirmations, all of those promises kept slowly rewire the way you see yourself. That's why I say like the first 60 days of your transformation are to make or break it. If you can stick to it for 60 days, your chances of transforming for the rest of your life, getting to that dream body, that 10 plus kgs, and maintaining it long term, just go sky high, go way up. Because at this point, you're not forcing the calorie surplus anymore. You're not forcing the progression. You're not forcing the training. It just becomes a part of who you are. And I can promise you, if you stick to it, if you actually commit to your fitness transformation over 6 months, 12 months, you gain the 5 kgs of muscle, the 7 kgs, the 10 kgs, it'll transform every single facet of your life. Your self-belief, your confidence, your ability to take risks, your ability to bet on yourself on other different things, on this business. I would never have been able to do YouTube videos like that had I not transformed my physique. I've held my promise thousands and thousands of times through my training, my nutrition, the amount of meals I have tracked over my 8.5 years of lifting, that all those confirmations impact the way you see yourself. Belief in yourself to actually follow through will carry over into so many aspects of your life. Sure, you'll fit out the clothes. Sure, you'll look a lot better. But that internal shift, that internal self-image shift is what truly transforms your life. To recap very quickly, you want to focus on one approach. Don't jump ship. Focus on one approach that's based on proven principles, calorie surplus, progressive overload, getting enough protein, getting you stronger on a couple key lifts over time.
having a sustainable approach, what could you commit to for the next 10 plus years of your life? Super important question to ask yourself. And finally, be extremely consistent in the first 60 to 90 days. That will determine your transformation. That really pushes the actions you're taking, tracking the meals, eating the high calorie dense foods, progressing in the gym, go from action to habit over time. And habits are the only reason you'll be able to get to your goal and maintain it long term. With that said, buddy, I specialize in helping skinny guys exactly like you. If you want to see the exact system we use, there's a free training down below. And with that said, I'm wishing you a great day.